Greetings and salutations, this is Jason Silverain, and I'm just finishing off character creation in Crusader Kings 2 for my would-be Queen of Cornwall. Now, I just looked a few things up. Turns out stutter may actually screw me over more than I thought. Not only can it be inherited by your children, and remember I've got all those eugenic mods on, it can actually cause bad tactics in warfare. So it's more of a hidden disability. It can cause the confused tactics. That and lisping can cause it as well. So when your troops get mixed up with what you actually order them to do, and you can take horrendous casualties, and it's a really long-lasting negative combat maneuver as well. So, I really don't want to be leading armies with her, or any of her kids who have this. Now, I'm going to give myself a, no, I'm not going to give myself a daughter. I'm very tempted to, but not. I've already got enough advantages as it is. Now we're actually onto the rules. Oh god. Historical, you know what we're going to go at. The plague can appear 200 years after the game start. Yeah, 200 years is going to take a while. Minor epidemics, you know what, I'm going to go with fewer because, I'll be honest. Wait, chance for the large outbreak is limited entirely. You'll go with default then. I'll be honest, outbreaks are just annoying. They slow down the game, everyone goes inside their castles, you spend like 3 months trying not to starve to death, move on to the next one. It just gets aggravating. Mongol invasion, delay. We want random. You can turn up whenever you want. Aztec invasion. 300 years? No, 250 years or so. Random. We're gonna have Chinese invasion, though I don't even think they are going to appear within the map. Okay, Chinese interactions. We're going to make that on anyone. This means a lot of Chinese characters are going to pop up, and we're going to have weird Chinese tactics and artifacts floating around, but it does mean I can actually show examples of how this is useful and how it goes on. We're not doing this for achievements anyway. It's a modded game. It's not going to get me anything. Okay, border disputes. Yep. I've literally seen kings bankrupt themselves with that, so I'm going to leave that off. Devil worshippers. Oh man, I don't like the devil worshipping. It is aggravating. Same with the secret cults. As you can see, it doesn't even affect achievements if you turn it off. You know, we're not going to bother with the secret religious cults. The reason I don't like devil worshippers is because my family members always end up becoming blooming devil worshippers for no good reason. I'll keep it. It might make things a bit more interesting. Non-epidemic diseases. No, I want fewer. Again, diseases just are useful because they keep people, you know, the amount of people on the map down. But again, slow down play. I keep them on normally, but Turkish Wait, I was going to say Turkish. Is it Turkit? Oh, fair enough. We've got shattered retreats. I'll leave that on because that is the new method of how everything works. Before they just move into a neighbouring county and you just plough into them and kill them. Now armies will just keep going and moving until they reach their own territories. As it says there, it can't be engaged by enemy forces, so you literally have to pursue the buggers. It takes forever. But movement speed upgrades are really handy to hunt these guys down. We want siege assaults, siege events, yes. Defensive packs, yes. Gender equality, historical would be harsh because then I would not be able to improve my status at all. Default is what we're going to stick with. All would be kind of defeating the point of this run. Supernatural events. I could get immortality. I could get werewolves. I don't know about any of the others. Oh god, and there's chests with death. I'm very tempted to turn this off. I'll keep it on but I'll hate it, because death keeps turning up in all my games and challenging me to chess, and it is a very difficult game to win, and even if you play your moves right on practically everything, the chances of you winning are quite slim. You can be a genius game master drunkard, which all give you bonuses in like beating him. For some reason, drunkard gives you bonuses. Don't know why, but he'll kick your ass. We're gonna keep that on. We're gonna make it shorter for realms. 10 years. Ooh. That would be interesting and rather aggravating at the same time. Let's make it short. 50 years and realms can sort of get absorbed into each other. Horse lords are unstable. Culture conversion. Slow conversion. Restricted. Combination. You know, I usually go for combination, but this time I'm going to go for faster melting pots. Religious conversion speed. You've got slower in default. Let's keep it at default. Won't be a problem for me. I'm going to be Christian in a Christian nation. Raiding historical. We'll keep it onto just Vikings and raid, otherwise it gets messy. Adventurers. Non-rare. Normal. Interfaith marriages, restricted, just to add a bit of difficulty to the game. We'll keep that default. That makes the game far too easy. Alright. Yes, I will need that to actually keep going. Custom realms, yes. Story events, yes, we want those. Restricted vassals, yeah, we want those. It means we don't have too many republics turning up or Holy Lands types. Invitation to court. Now this irks me. We're going to do that open. Because it makes sense. If they like you and don't like their liege, they should come to work for you. Normally they have very special conditions which makes it difficult to get people to come to your court. We're going to have that open. That's just personal preference. Diplomatic range. Oh, I'm going to have it on. It does limit my interactions to most of France and maybe Italy, but you know, I won't be heading off to the Holy Lands unless it's disvolved, and we're getting some Crusades, but those don't happen until a bit later into the game. Revolts. Annoying as hell, we'll keep them on. Revolt strength. Default. Don't need them to be have anymore. Pagans King of Reform. Attrition on. Regencies on. Plots. Assassination. Plots only. Direct action. I thought there was an ability to have them both. Oh, direct action does let you have both on. Before, in the early versions of the Crusader Kings, you used to basically throw money at and you hire assassins and assassinations would occur, sorry. Now you've got to build up plot power by getting people in the kingdom to aid you in assassinating whoever you want. Way of life seduction. We're turning that off for the AI because I am playing a female character. And I have heard multiple complaints on the forums, because as I said, I looked this up just before I thought I'd try it out, and it says that it slows the game to a crawl because everyone will try and seduce you constantly. Even when you've already told them to sod off, they will try to seduce you within like a month. Again. And it got to the point where people were assassinating people just to stop them from trying to seduce you. I'll keep intrigue on though. Dueling! We're gonna have restricted, because actual duels are very hard to get. So making it restricted, you can challenge them as long as they're in your culture, you know, and your religion, and healthy. It means you can do cat challenges in court. Let's do it. Release prisoners after punishment. No. Why? It's game balance, yes, but you know, I never bloody torture my prisoners anyway, so this benefits the AI more than me. Titles named after dynasties on. Cultural title names on. Multiplayer assassination. Oh, this doesn't matter. Okay, this is important because this is the amount of land you can actually control. You can make it unlimited, you can make it quartered, you can make it half. Default is your best bet, especially when you're learning the game. Unlimited, I just say don't bother doing it. It makes the game again too easy. This is half the challenge of the game. This makes it so you have to have vassals. Vassal limits, again, it's the same. This requires you to have good stats to control the number of vassals you can have. I think that's another thing you need diplomacy or stewardship for. It's one or the other. Grant independence, unrestricted. If I want to give someone independence, I should be bleeding able to. Childhood focus alerts all, because God forbid my court will just have crap children in it. I would like to make sure I min-max and everyone gets a good education. Okay, now we'll get into the DLC stuff. DLC? Mods, sorry. We're already going for the DLC stuff. What's this? Okay. Interesting. European map. We're doing it with fighters guilds. Holy orders. You know what? We can just do this by default. Oh yes, that's the fighters guild, the way of chivalry, basically, society. This is bounty hunting. You can put bounties on people's heads. That's going to be interesting. Extra mounts. Tight, realistic. It currently only includes the yaks. Oh, yeah. The all you can start riding tigers and wolves. I could just make it horses. You know, let's have some tigers and wolves mixed into the order. Custom holy orders. Never really come up. Wow. I've never used mounted combat, so I'm just going to keep that default. I'm going to save these rules in number 3. And now, finally, after all that's done... God, that took 12 minutes. Alright, start game. Dun dun dun, load. Don't crash, please. So I'll have to figure out what caused the crash. And I have to set it all up again. That's a good sound to have. Okay, okay. So we have the mod notifications. We have the Great Trade League mini tutorial. Society can be seen anyone with more than 0 stewardship. If we've activated this mod in ongoing game, we won't exist until the AI creates it in the next few months. Nice touch. Various abilities. Yep, that works the same way as normal societies. Characters who are not part of the society can make one of their courtiers their trade master, generating some gold and trade good modifiers. That's quite handy. Holdings that are cities, baronies, churches inside each provide income. The price of goods can be influenced by your location and whether or not you buy or sell them. Okay. Oh, you can disable the trade master minor title. I like having minor titles. Let's keep it. So that's done. Okay, hello and welcome to Crusader Mounts. This mod is now setting up and be ready to in one game in-game week. You know, let's have a look at the knowledge. This is the first time I've run this. Adds the... Wait, that gives it to this guy. But it's me. Oh, this is because I've... Actually, keep time. Alright. Welcome to Crusader Kings 2. For those of you who have not played this, we'll just go through this in a quick way. Crusader Kings 2, you play as a succession of medieval rulers from a single dynasty. There's no set goal. This is Dwarf Fortress style. You make your own goal. Losing is fun, because you will lose and die in hilarious fashion, usually. Again, we can't hold infinite amounts of land to ourselves. We can hold a grand total of 6, in fact. Oh, we're having a bonus from our succession laws as well. Those need to change, by the way. Yeah, we need a legitimate heir, because otherwise, if our character dies and we have no heir, game ends. I'm not playing a Breton king, I'm playing a Welsh lady. It hasn't quite updated to the fact I'm using a designed character. It's because it kind of, yeah, selects this guy as We haven't got anything special. Okay, now if we go to Madame Muffinbud. Okay. Where is that damn button? Forbid myself from leading armies, otherwise it always like to stick me in armies all the time. So that button is very important. You don't want to be leading armies unless you're actually good at it, because you always risk your ruler getting murdered. God, all the stats just put together, that's pretty godly stats. That's far more than I expected. Alright. Dynasty tree, family tree. No, what is it? Oh, I'm just trying to find the thing that sort of lists your abilities as a Welsh ruler. I'll do it in a second, it's been a while. Again, if you're new to the game, I recommend you read these. Because they are quite helpful. I'm going to disable all the hints just so they don't keep popping up. I got someone getting really angry with me last time when I was doing the tutorial videos because they kept popping up. I kept just explaining them and closing them, and they were like, "Turn off the dumb hints! We already know this!" Okay. So first things first. Madam Muffinbud has to do one thing right at the start of the game, and that is clean house. Our court is going to be full of, well, frankly, useless people. Like this guy. And we need to figure out what we're going to do with them. So, my Chancellor, you are a mayor. You've got decent diplomacy. You can keep being my Chancellor. You are my Marshal, are you? You're also a mayor. You're quite good as a steward as well, so we'll think about that. Good martial skill. These mayors are just people who own cities in my lands. So I've got 2 mayors, I'm going to have 2 bishops, and I own the castles, so we don't have any nobles. We do not have any noble vassals at this time. So here's the other 2 bishops. Now he's got reasonable stewardship and also decent learning. You have mediocre stats all over. So what I'm going to do... Sorry. What we need to do is we're going to change council position. Now I had something else in mind. He can be my court chaplain. It's not great. I still have a spymaster slot free. Unfortunately, I've got no one who's going to be any good as a spymaster. And I've got all these guys in my court. Sadly, he's no good as a spymaster. I don't think any of these guys are good as a spymaster. No, he's got 0 intrigue. He's a dead man, if possible. So yeah, just get rid of that. This guy's my heir. Also, he's got the book I need. That's really annoying. That's exceedingly annoying. Problem is, if I imprison him, it's tyranny, because I don't have any reason to imprison him. I need to take that sodding book off him. Unfortunately, you can't take off artifacts. That's a small downside of this mod we've discovered. After his son was to die, and then he was to die... they don't have much prestige. That's messed with my plans a little bit. That has messed with my plans somewhat. Okay, we're just going to have to make do without the book. We're going to look in our court. So we have a commander. He's cruel. He's rough, but he's humble and gluttonous. He's not good for anything other than clouting people. But he's an inspiring leader. Probably because he's going to flog you if you don't do well. But he's a brilliant strategist, which is pretty damn good. So 16, he's actually would make a exceedingly good marshal. But right now, commander, he's not a noble. Don't have to worry about it. That's one problem I don't have to worry about. You make a good administrator, but you're not good for anything else, and you're lowborn. He's content, which is very handy, so he won't really be plotting against me. But yes, I need to clean house. I need to get these people out my court, because essentially it's going to cost me prestige to ask them to leave. But yeah, the reason I'm doing this is there's a good reason to keep a small amount in your court. First of all, it's less people can plot against you. 2, there is a court size limitation. Once you get over 30 people in your court, you just stop having kids almost. It knocks the fertility rates right down. Also, it gets a bit of a pain as well, keeping track of everyone. Okay, we got... Who's your father? Who the hell are you? You know what, you can leave. He's envious, he's gluttonous, he has arbitrary, the stat I hate the most. Other than slothful. Slothful is awful. Right, you can sod off. Does he take his son with him? Nope, he left his son behind. He's 9 years old and he's fussy and hardy. Nah, not great. Focus. Now, fussy could make him into a paranoid, patient, or greedy. Ugh, that one's not so good. You know, if I could get playful, I could make this kid into a decent spy master. With the education. Because as your kids grow up, they gain traits. And these have a ability to develop into the more permanent traits like listed there. Meanwhile, I don't know why you're a commander. You have a military skill of 8. You're brave, but ultimately useless in combat. So get rid of you. Oh, the prestige is going down. I hate it. Alright, you. You are also sodding off. You are useless. It's like, I do not want you people in my court. She's a much easier option. She's a lowborn. She's mediocre. But I can just marry her off to, say, this guy. It's Venice. Nothing to do with me. I don't care. I wouldn't be marrying my kids to them anyway. So yes. Also, I just want to point out, while this guy's cruel and that's considered a generally negative trait through opinion, have you noticed it does morale damage there? And that means he inflicts 10% more damage on enemy army's morale. Which is pretty damn good. Because you can break the enemy before having to kill them all. Now, I am tempted to keep these two in my court. Oh, no, I got rid of his son. You know, since I got rid of his son, I might as well get rid of him as well. Just made life difficult for myself. Okay, with that all cold, let's see if I can find myself a spy master. So I search all. I want a man, so I need to by my laws. We want an adult. See if anyone in my culture group is particularly useful. Diplomatic range, please. Not a ruler. Not married. So they want nothing to do with me. He would be handy. Oh, he doesn't like his liege. I mean, Leon's right down here. These guys are screwed anyway. Yeah, they're going to get lots and lots of attacks from the Muslim nations, so pinching a spy master is very much a dick move, but in the long run, they're not... Yeah, in the long run, I don't care about what happens to them. Unless we get Holy Ward into oblivion, and I'll explain more about that later. Okay. And with... This is overrun a little bit. With that basic cleanup of my court done, I'm going to leave it here. Sorry for overrunning on this one. Again, there's a lot to do and a lot of new things.